Hey, Kat here, and I'm here with a belated June wrap up and a July TBR. Yes. So I actually didn't read that much stuff in the month of June because it was freaking hot. And I don't read when it's hot because it's hot and I am just trying to enjoy the comforts of sweating, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I just really I don't like being cold, so I don't read when it's really cold and I don't read when it's really hot. But I like being hot when it's like all hot outside. I don't know. I'm weird. Whatever. So one of the books I'm going to show you is actually one I read in not August. What the hell? May. And that is the fourth book in the Shadowhunters series, the Mortal Instruments. There we go. And this is book 4, and I actually kind of like this book, even though it's everybody's least favorite. But I kind of like this one because you actually get to know your characters. I don't know why I didn't know anything of the first 3 books, but now I do. Now I know who everybody is. It's great. It's lovely. I love it. I don't know why it didn't happen sooner, but it's there. And then I read book 5, which is my least favorite book in the series, which is great. Other than yeah, I don't remember much from this book actually, other than Clary and Jason being stupid. So, and then I read the 6th book, which is actually a really good book, which I don't think you should sit through a whole series to get to this one, but yeah. But I was reading this whole series with a coworker of mine, and we've been really having a great time making fun of it and having fun. And to tell you the truth, I love these books because I was having such a great time making fun of them. I don't know if I would recommend this series to anyone, but yeah, book 6 was really good. In case you didn't know what the Mortal Instruments is about, it's about this girl named Clary Frey who finds out there's a world of shadow hunters, which are basically Nephilim that decide to take down evil. And that includes like renegade warlocks or werewolves or vampires or the occasional demon and stuff like that. And then she finds out that there's a plot against her. Well, her mom is part of this plot, and she needs to rescue her mom as well as saving her boyfriend Jace through the whole series, even though she doesn't really save anyone. But whatever. It's fine. Everything's good. All I know is that when I watch the Shadowhunters TV show, if Ozymandias isn't super hot like he sounds like in book 6, I'm going to be upset. The next book I read is the 3rd book, which is The Titan's Curse in the Percy Jackson series, and I still don't really like the original Percy Jackson series. I'm thinking about just skipping to the Heroes of Olympus series because I heard you could, because they do a pretty good wrap-up of what happens in the Percy Jackson series. So I may do that because I think Rick Riordan has really grown as a writer from these books, and I can't really stomach the Percy Jackson books. I don't know why. It's just there. It's my personal opinion. In case you didn't know what Percy Jackson series is about, it's about this kid named Percy, and he is a demigod who is Poseidon's son. Yeah. The next book I read but could not finish is A Court of Thorn and Roses. I just didn't like this book. I can see why people do like these books. Like, I can see why people like the Mortal Instruments series and the Percy Jackson series. But this one had a little too much lovey-dovey with not enough plot for me to keep going. And I'm really sorry. I think I'm going to give up on this series. Like, I'm going to give away the books I have because I have, like, the 2nd and 3rd book, and I don't think I'm going to read them because I can't deal with this. And I'm sorry, because I know a lot of people really like this book, and it's about this girl, I forgot her name actually, Frey, who meets this dude named Tamlin, and it's supposed to be about fairies and love and greatness, and all I can say is it focused a little too much on the love and not enough on the fighting and the rebellion and the plotting, the stuff I actually really, really like about, I don't know, books. It just didn't have my stuff that I enjoy. And that's just my personal opinion again, so take that. The next book I read was Draw the Line, and I forget who this is by, Lauren Lynn. And this is about a kid who's a closeted gay kid, and he witnesses this other gay kid get beat up, and then the cops try to cover it up because the guy who beat him up is part of the football team and everything. And it's about how this guy, I forgot his name, just a minute, Adrian, how he tries to come to terms with that the police aren't really on his side, and how he really wants to bring the people that wronged this kid that he witnessed beat up like to justice in his own personal way, even though he really doesn't want to be the center of attention. And it was kind of cute and interesting, and I liked it. It was really like lovey-dovey and stuff, but he and there's pictures throughout the whole book, and I don't know, it was kind of cute. um, I really like the ending and everything, and I like how he comes to terms with what he is, and like how his friends treat him, and how his friends also are kind of like cowards at coming to this, like what he wants to do and everything. And I thought it was all interesting. So yeah, I gave it, I think, 3 stars. So if you're looking for something quick and fun, there you go. Draw the line. Next, I read volume 8 through 10. Oh, wait, 9 through 11. Nope, 8 through 10, and that is Horiyama, and they look like this. And this is just a high school manga that I really enjoy because it's funny, and it's all about these crazy schemes that these people get into, and how like romantic relationships have their ups and downs. Well, it's not even ups and downs, it's how weird couples can be. Like how like you had the different types of couples, and they're all weird and like quirky, and it's adorable. Okay, it's so freaking cute. And I really like the main guy, who just tries to be like this really nice boyfriend to his girlfriend who's like a tyrant. And I can relate. I'm a tyrant and I need a nice boy. I can relate. And now the hair is up because it's freaking hot. Anyway, that is the end to the stuff I actually read in the month of June. Wasn't a lot because, once again, it's freaking hot. So, as you've noticed, I don't really keep to my TBRs, but I decided to try this new thing where I at least read, like, I have 5 books planned out because my average is usually like 5 books a month. Well, I like read a little bit more, but that's only like really graphic novels once I reach 5 because I'm like, ugh. So yeah, I have 5 books planned for the month of July, and yeah. Okay, so the first book I have planned is one I'm currently reading and will probably finish today, and that is the Dark Tower series. And this is the first book, The Dark Tower, oh, The Gunslinger, haha, by Stephen King. And I read the first 2 in like elementary school, so I don't really remember what happens. But now that I'm rereading it, I still don't know what happens. So that's great. Really consistent. So yeah, this is basically about this guy named, I don't know, his name's the Gunslinger so far. And the first book is basically him meeting his companions and then meeting up with the man in black. And the first book is like, I heard that you have because I'm reading the extended version of the Dark Tower series, so I've heard that you read like these whole books and then you go back to the first one. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but I'm going to try it. So here we go. Since I'm probably going to finish this today, I may just go straight to book 2 and read it, The Drawing of 3. I don't know. Depends how the ending is, if I like it that much. Next book I'm probably going to read this month if my book buddy catches up, and that is The Clockwork Angel. Yeah. And this is the prequel series to The Mortal Instruments. And I remember reading this one and really liking, well, not really liking, but I liked book 1, and then I read book 2 and absolutely hated it because I'd hated Will in book 2. And I don't really know why. I don't even remember why I hated him, but it's there. There's hatred. So. And then the next book I want to read is The 5 Stages of Andrew Brawley by Sean David Hutchison, who's one of my favorite authors I've discovered this year. And so this is not the first book he ever wrote, but it's the first book of the universe where we are the ants and Across the Universe is in. So I kind of want to read it. So, wow. And the next book I want to read is Fire Touch by Patricia Briggs. This has been on my TBR forever now, but yeah, really want to get to it so I can get to book 10 so I can be caught up and know what everybody's talking about. Then I really need my Stefan. I'm my Kyle. I need my Warren. I'm in the werewolf vampire mood, and this is the book to get into. So yeah. And I know I only said my TBR was gonna have 5 books, but that was just because if I like really like the Gunslinger, I might go to book 2, maybe. But I really also want to get to Thrawn, and I'm already like a little bit into it. And I've kept this dust jacket on because like underneath it all is like this worn, old, like torn book. I spilled Monster on it. There's chocolate on pages because I've been eating chocolate when I've been reading it because I'm great. And yeah, it's like beat up, and I'm still not even halfway through the book. And I really like the book, but yet for some reason I'm having this mental block where I can't freaking finish it. And I feel really bad for the book because it is like water damage, dude. It is having a rough time, and I feel really bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, Thrawn. I love you, buddy. But for some reason, my mind can't make me finish it. I have no idea why. But yep, that is my TBR for July, and then my wrap up for June. Yay.